Ethan wiped his greasy hands on an old rag, locked the garage, and sighed. His little daughter, Lily, was waiting at home, probably asleep with her favorite teddy. The day had been long, another unpaid repair, another promise of next week, and another quiet dinner alone with the sound of cartoons filling the silence. He lived in a small world that smelled of engine oil, cheap coffee, and quiet sacrifices. Just as he turned to head home, headlights flashed across his face. A sleek black Mercedes stopped right in front of him. The window rolled down slowly, and a woman's trembling voice cut through the rain. "Can I sleep in your car?" she whispered. Ethan froze. For a moment, he thought he'd misheard her. She looked far too polished to be stranded. Her clothes were soaked but expensive, her perfume faint but unmistakable. Her eyes, though, those were red, tired, and full of something he hadn't seen in a long time, quiet desperation that he hesitated. Ma'am, my car?" She nodded, biting her lip. "Please. Just for tonight." Something in her voice made him stop questioning. Maybe it was the way she shivered, or maybe it was the faint tremor of fear she tried to hide. He unlocked his old blue pickup and gestured for her to get in. She stepped in carefully, her designer heels splashing mud. For a few moments, silence filled the car, except for the rain drumming against the roof. Ethan finally asked, "You sure you're okay? You can stay at the motel down the street." "I can drop you," she interrupted, her voice breaking. "I can't go there. They'll find me." Ethan's eyes met hers, confusion, worry, and curiosity battling inside him. "Who's they?" She turned away, staring out at the rain. "People who think money can buy everything, even peace." He didn't push further. He knew what it meant to be hunted by circumstances, to be tired but have nowhere to go. So he reclined the seat, handed her his jacket, and said softly, "Get some rest. You're safe here." She looked at him with gratitude so deep it almost hurt to see. "Thank you," she whispered, curling up and closing her eyes. When morning came, the rain had stopped. Ethan woke to the sound of birds and the faint scent of lavender. She was gone, but on the passenger seat lay a diamond earring, worth more than his month's salary. That he picked it up, staring at it in disbelief. Who was she? The next afternoon, the same Mercedes pulled up again. This time, it wasn't covered in rain, it gleamed like new. Ethan was tightening bolts when he heard heels clicking behind him. He turned, and there she was, in a crisp white suit, hair perfectly brushed, no trace of the woman who had trembled in the rain. "Hey," she said softly. "About last night, I owe you an apology." He blinked. "You owe me nothing. You looked like you needed help." Her lips curved into a small, tired smile. "I'm Grace. Grace Whitmore." The name made him pause. Grace Whitmore, CEO of Whitmore Motors. He'd read about her in the newspaper last month, the youngest woman to run a multi-billion-dollar company. And she had slept in his car. That he tried to stay composed. "I'm Ethan. Mechanic. Single dad. Not exactly your circle, I guess." She smiled faintly. "Maybe that's what I needed, someone not from my circle." He could tell she was holding back, but he didn't ask. Instead, he offered coffee from his old thermos. To his surprise, she accepted. They sat on the hood of a car, sipping lukewarm coffee, two souls from different worlds bound by a moment of quiet honesty. "I ran away last night," she confessed suddenly. "Board meeting. Power struggle. Everyone waiting to see me break. I didn't want to go home to that mansion filled with people who only cared about the company's stock. I just wanted silence." Ethan nodded slowly. "Silence can heal more than money ever can." She looked at him, eyes softening. "You talk like someone who's lost something." He chuckled quietly. "My wife. 2 years ago. Heart condition. Since then, it's just me and Lily." Her expression changed, compassion replacing the CEO's composure. "I'm sorry," she whispered. He shrugged, trying to smile. "Life breaks you, but you learn to fix what's left, kind of like these cars." Grace stared at him for a long moment. There was something grounding about his simplicity, no agenda, no masks. Just a man trying to survive. Over the next few weeks, she kept visiting. At first, it was about her car. Then it became coffee, then conversations, and slowly, laughter. She'd sit on an old stool beside Lily, who'd proudly show her school drawings. Grace would smile like a child seeing color for the first time, but not everyone was happy. News spread fast. Photos of the CEO at a rundown mechanic shop surfaced online. Her board demanded explanations. "He's below you," they sneered. "You're ruining your image." That night, Grace stood on Ethan's doorstep, tears shining in her eyes. "They want me to fire my PR team, release a statement denying us." Ethan's heart sank. "Us?" She took a shaky breath. "They think I'm in love with you." He looked away. "And are you?" Her voice trembled. "Yes. But maybe love isn't enough in my world." He smiled sadly. "Then you'll have to decide which world you want, theirs or yours." She left that night without another word. Days passed. The shop felt emptier. Lily kept asking when Miss Grace would visit again. Ethan said she was busy, but deep down, he wondered if he'd ever see her again. Then, one evening, a limousine stopped outside his garage. Out stepped Grace, not in a suit, not in heels, but in jeans, holding 2 cups of coffee. Ethan stared. "You quit?" She nodded, smiling through tears. "I didn't quit. I started over. Sold my shares. Bought a small workshop downtown. I want to build something real. Something ours." He didn't know what to say, so he just pulled her into a quiet, trembling embrace. In that moment, all the noise, money, loss, fear, disappeared. There were just 2 broken souls who'd finally found home, not in a mansion or a garage, but in each other's hearts. And as they stood there, with Lily laughing and rain beginning to fall again, Grace whispered, smiling, "Looks like I found the one place I can really sleep in peace." Your heart. The message lingered softly. Sometimes, the richest hearts are found in the poorest places, and love doesn't ask for status, it asks for shelter.